saw the front guy getting whipped up front. I mean, was that as well as this offensive line has played throughout the season?
Well, we had a hard time controlling line of scrimmage. I mean, we establishing the run and a lot of pressure on your passes, you know what I mean? People in your face and things, and they had a good front. We knew it, and we had a hard time controlling the front. I mean, we had other opportunities though to make plays, and we can't turn it over no matter what. But the key is when you don't control the front, it's hard to play no matter what it is. And they won the battle up front.
And I'm sure that played a major part in the 73 rushing yards too.
Yeah, a huge part, because when we tried, it's second and 9, second and 10, so you're trying to get high percentage first down deals, and just could not get the run step. They did it, and I give them credit. They did a good job mixing up the blitzes and running and just beating us on blocks, and doing it. And made some good plays. But they controlled the line of scrimmage.
On the 3 picks, I mean, the pick in that end zone was just a guy making a play for a deep ball. On the other 2, I mean, were they doing anything different?
No, the first pick was, they had a blitz. He thought he could get the inside guy, and he tried to squeeze one, and he made a mistake. The second was 3rd and 25. I mean, we had a play, lineman steps on his foot, makes him fall, nothing he could do. Then the next one, we lose 8 yards, so we're 3rd and 25. And we're going to take a shot down the middle, and if we get it, we get it. If we don't, it's like a punt. I mean, that's not the second pick to me doesn't. You want it, but I mean, if you could hit it, but I don't think I did. The third one, we got to get the ball outside a little more, and we got to get pressure. We had a holding call on it. We had pressure straight up the gut on the 8-man protection. We had 8 men protecting, and we have 1-on-1 with Greg, and we don't have time to sit there and make a good throw. So they won the battle up front.
Were you surprised at how much trouble you guys had running the ball, or not running?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we'd still run it better. I knew they were good, but I still thought we'd establish some run and do some things. But they did a good job. They did a really good job.
How much did the lack of running game leave it on kind of Ponder to make throws?
Well, it's not just the lack of running game on Ponder. We had time in the throws. We didn't have time to throw it. I mean, the other end of that, you're not blocking on the run, but we're not getting protection on the pass at times either. But there's still throws he should have made, and catches we should have made, and other things that we should have done. I mean, it's not solely on the offensive line. It's not solely on we did not play in sync as an offense the whole night. I mean, we didn't execute. We didn't play with the passion and the discipline we had played with all year. But we had a lot of pressure on passes and different things, and it's hard to hold it and get it downfield.
Do you think the distractions were playing a role in the passion?
We had one of our best warm-ups. To sit there and say no, I think would be false. But I don't put it all on that as well. We still had enough weapons, enough players, and if we go play our game, we can win that football game. I mean, but they didn't help.
Right.
They didn't help.
What about in concentration? Because the penalties were huge.
They were huge. I mean, we had a lot of penalties. I think on both sides it looked like. I mean, and just nitpicky things. And when you're a young football team, and when you're not dominating the line of scrimmage, then you get behind with penalties and situations, it makes it even worse. Then you try to ask your skill guys to pull you out. Well, that only works so often. Right. I mean, and especially the way they play defense, which is they're not going to give you a lot of man-to-man situations. They're going to be in a zone. They're going to make you throw the ball underneath. You're not going to get a lot of wide open holes, to throw balls in. And if they put pressure with tight holes, then it's hard to make plays.
It seemed to shorten the game for you guys. They were on the field a lot.
They really did. They did a good job of converting third downs. They had a lot of third and it seemed like 2 to 6s. Yeah. Just from, I always remember, 3rd and 6, and our defense usually does a tremendous job of getting off the field on third down. And tonight they made plays, just kept eating the clock, and kept us from getting in a rhythm, and we kept ourselves from getting in a rhythm too. So, I mean, they did a good job.
In light of Wake Forest losing, how disappointing is this?
It is, and I think that's, again, I keep saying that around here. We got to be careful talking about championships. We need to worry about being a good football team and learning to play week in, week out. We talk about the outcomes of things so often that our guys are not old enough and mature enough to deal with that yet because they forget about how to play the game. And I think that's a mistake that we're making. I mean, we all want to win the championship, and if we do the little things, we will. But to talk about it and not execute the things to get there, I think is a mistake.
Jimbo, was that the most disciplined team you've seen all year?
Excuse me?
Was that the most disciplined team you've seen all year?
One of them, I mean, they're up there. I mean, they did a good job. Their inside tackles, they rerouted our receivers. I mean, they played very well and they played hard. They were very well coached, and they did a better job than we did.
Coach Bowden said that this was the first time this year you guys got out physical up front. Would you agree with that assessment?
Probably so. Yeah, I do. Because, I mean, we couldn't get the run going. They did a good job, and in the past, we always had somebody breaking through, getting a hit, making pressure, making you force you out of the pocket here and there. And, when you get that, and sometimes when you're not successful on first down, which we weren't in the first half, second longs, that allows the defense to be aggressive. Now, we come out the second half and got some good first down, started throwing the ball more on first down, being aggressive, but then we just got hung up in that 30 to 35-yard zone and didn't convert it into 2 red zone turnovers. But, yeah.
Christian was really down on himself afterwards and he blamed himself for a lot of the problems. Yes.
He always does. That's why he's a good player. I mean, he takes responsibilities, he takes credit, and doesn't take very much credit. I mean, he always feels like there's plays he can make, and there was some more he could make. I mean, there's a couple of decisions I'm sure he'd like to have back, but that solely was not on. I mean, that was our whole unit did not play well, and we didn't play well around it.